So welcome to Tech Interview Training. So let's talk about Leetcode 951. So in this problem, we are given two binary trees, and we would like to know that if the defined flip operation can be applied to tree 1 so that tree 1 becomes equivalent to tree 2. Let's see this example. So as you can see, tree 1 and tree 2, they are structured differently. But if we can define a flip operation such that it takes in two nodes, basically it swaps those two nodes along with their child nodes. So essentially, to make tree 1 to be equivalent to tree 2, we swap the node 2 and node 3. And the new tree becomes like this. We can further swap the child nodes of node 3. As you can see, there's only one child node of node 3. But you can imagine there is an empty node as the right node of node 3. And if we swap them, the new tree becomes like this. And essentially, tree 1 becomes exactly the same as tree 2. So in this particular example, the flip operation should return true. So let's see another example. So in this case, no matter how you flip the nodes in tree 1, there's no way to make tree 1 to be equivalent to tree 2. So in this particular example, we should return false. So to solve this kind of problem, the key is to break down into sub-problems. So in this particular example, tree 1 is only equivalent to tree 2 when the root node of tree 1 equals to the root node of tree 2, and whether the left subtree of tree 1 can be flip equivalent to the left subtree of tree 2, and similarly for the right subtrees. And for the other possibility, we have to check whether the left subtree of tree 1 could be equivalent to the right subtree of tree 2, and vice versa. So far we have break down the problem of determining if two trees are flip equivalent into different subproblems by looking at the node value, and as well as comparing the left and right subtrees in different orders. Now let's take a look at how the actual implementation looks like. Here the function we have to implement is called flip equiv, and it takes in two tree nodes, root 1 and root 2. So remember, we have broken down into different subproblems. Excuse my handwriting here. But essentially, we want to first construct our base case. So if root 1 and root 2, they are both empty nodes, we return true. Imagine if you have two empty trees, they should be flip equivalent in that case. And then we have to check whether root 1 or root 2 is empty, because we have already checked they cannot be both empty, so meaning one of them is empty and the other one is non-empty. So in this case, we have to return false, because when you are comparing a non-empty node to an empty node, the flip equivalency will not be true. Now we know that both root 1 and root 2, they are not empty. If their values are not the same, we return false based on the previously defined equation. And then finally it comes to the interesting part, where we recursively call the same flip equivalent function on both the left nodes of root 1 and root 2, and also on the right nodes. And we also call by flip the orders. So this is to consider the scenario where we want to flip the child nodes in order to achieve flip equivalency. So in summary, in this question, although it is structured in a very general format, but as long as you can find the key to break it down into subproblems, and then the general problem can be easily divided and conquered recursively. This same type of question can be asked in different variations. For example, the interviewer can frame this question in some mathematical concept, for example, asking if two trees can be isomorphic. So in that case, you will not be able to compare the equivalency of two nodes by comparing their values. In that case, you might have to compare on a more abstract level. And another variation is, instead of giving you binary trees, this problem can be further extended into determining the flip equivalency between two n-ary trees, meaning for each node, there could be more than two child. And for other resources and different variations of this problem, please check out the links in the description. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. See you next time.